cut off the one end and the rest of it isn't profitable. So what did they do? They left the one end there. So mostly Obama and whoever is pulling his strings needed someone to go after. And what better than a bunch of Jewish moneylenders?
Yeah.
That's always been the thing throughout history. Is Jewish, they're responsible for everything.
I know. How is it they always did that?
That's why they keep bringing up the name of George Bush, because George Bush, you know, he's basically
Jewish.
No, but he's the most. He supported the Jews. Anybody that supported them also.
Yeah, but you know, I'm surprised because the entertainment industry is very Jewish.
Entertainment people are not very bright. They act okay. The problem is there was nothing more stupid than a true believer. They believed that this would be done. They would bring change. The change, what they meant that there was going to be, you know, cooperation between people. Okay, Notaspringchick is dressed in her 60s outfit. When everybody thought that, you know, we could, you know, we could all live together in harmony. It never happened. It doesn't work.
Well, you know, part of this is, you know what this says right here? Is I wore, because everybody did think it was in harmony, is it says on here, love kills slowly.
Yeah.
Does that remind you of our economy?
I know. It is. But they require...
I mean, think about it. Love kills slowly, and think about the economy and what they're doing in the name of people.
Yeah. But it requires all hedge funds above a certain size to register. They would decide, once again, what the size of the hedge fund is. Basically, at the moment, if you look at the thing that they've designed for housing, a bunch of people in your neighborhood could get together, form a fund in order to provide money to buy the houses that they're living in are going to lose. That would be a hedge fund, and they'd just be ordinary people doing nothing but buying their own homes. It would be a hedge fund. You know, mandating investor and counterparty disclosure, which means you basically got to, you know, all of those things that nobody wants to disclose to people on Capitol Hill for a job. This would require everybody doing business in a hedge fund to disclose. And a hedge fund can be, like I said, it could be, for instance, say you've got a bunch of bonuses from your company, and you decide to take the bonuses from your company and invest it in something and you form a smaller fund. That basically means everything you do, including your personal assets, will have. And this one, sharing reports with systemic risk evaluators.
What does that mean?
It means that they
would
decide.
Like goff.
It means that you know, somebody that would decide whether or not you should be in business. You could perform the head. You could do this little multi-$100,000 thing, which $250,000 is their limit, from what I understand. You know, they love that figure, 250. Anybody above 250,000.
They somehow like that figure, $250,000.
Because only the greedy elite make $250,000. I mean, but basically, they would decide whether you should be in business. If they decide you should be in business, then they seize your assets and everything too. A comprehensive frame site of oversight, protection, and disclosure for the OTC derivative market. Basically, that's all it's got.
Which is over the counter.
Yeah, basically it shuts off all trading on Wall Street. What it does. Most of it's all, you know. Basically, they will simply also, under this plan, the government, these systemic people can sit there and decide whether or not contracts that you sign are valid. Which you can hire union guys. Means they can negate your union deal in an instant under this thing.
I know, it is really sick.
You know, they want to control. They want to make the data more readily available on the trading, who's doing the trading, and everything.
Yeah, I don't believe that one. It's like that same thing going back to transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, this basic. You're gonna love this one though. This one.
There's so many.
This one hits you in your pocket. Requirements for to reduce the risk of rapid withdrawals. You're not going to be allowed to do it, folks. You know, if you're losing your shirt, they're not going to allow you to take it out even at a loss. Well, because if you do it, you hurt the fund. Because people were allowed to take money out of the fund as the fund was losing, it broke the back of the system, and they can't allow this to happen again. So they need to strengthen the regulatory thing to prevent people from just indiscriminately taking money that belongs to them out of the fund.
That's not right.
Yeah, and they want a new they want a new authority to police these institutions. You know, basically another bureaucracy. You know, they want a thing. They want a triggering determination. They want somebody to continue to monitor these companies. Anybody, you know, George Orwell's 1984.
Yeah, but they can't even get people to work right now.
No, but you can always get little guys in black suits. Anybody remember the Matrix and all the little black suits? You can always find those people. They want their business to be monitored. But
boy, yeah, this has changed. This is like going back in time to.
Yeah, but basically, here's one. Option for conservatorship receivership. The FDIC and the Treasury Department would place these firms that they take into a conservatorship with the aim of putting it into private hands. Basically, the negotiator this is what you're going to love. Once this is done, we will renegotiate or repudiate all contracts with businesses or individuals, including unions.
Wait a minute. So that means if the government takes over a business, then they can decide, they're going to renegotiate all their contracts. Yeah. So if you do business with, if your business had not been taken over, they take over another business you do business with, then they redo your contract.
They redo your contract.
Which means, for example, like Costco, a lot of the companies that do business with Costco, either they don't make a lot of money,
yep,
or sometimes they lose money, and sometimes they do that volume through Costco to help raise their production, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
create more production to lower all their costs.
Yeah, but they do.
So
the way it works across the board, as I've been able to figure it out. You know,
totally screwed.
If a business is doing business with Costco and the government decides that it should be taken over because it's a systemic risk,
that's right.
They then go investigate Costco to see why this business became a systemic risk, and therefore Costco then becomes a systemic risk evaluation.
That's right.
And every business that does business with Costco are then basically it is, you know, it's big government unbelievable because you have to create a bureaucracy of a lot of little guys. Okay, you're going to see a lot of, you see, you know, the SWAT teams all over the place. You'll see people like a government SWAT team with their black cars, black suits, you know, the business types, you know, all narrow ties, sunglasses, right, going into businesses. Well, and everybody, when they see that SWAT team go to the business, everybody will immediately stop doing business with that business because they know the government is going after them and anybody they do business with. I mean, it's how it works, like social services. If you get into trouble with social services in this country, people don't want to do anything around you because they're afraid that social services will come after them. This is.
I know. So is this something that they're proposing, or what is?
Oh, this is just the first 8 sheets of what this is. This is the basis. You know, it's we've already heard this morning it is unconstitutional and illegal.
Yeah, but they continually do things that are unconstitutional and illegal.
And
so what?
Basically, what happens? They got. There are multiple ways of doing this. I mean, first of all, there are people on both sides of the party that don't like it, but since it has now been basically stipulated that Harry Reid is going to push everything through on the on the resolution of which they only have.
Let them know what a resolution is.
I know.
Let's see if we can find more of a technical description for it.
Let's see. I've got it.
Basically, they're going to push it through.
The reconciliation bill is the word.
Okay.
A reconciliation bill is a bill that they tack on to something that cannot be debated or vetoed because there are certain things in the country, certain pieces of legislation that are law have to be passed.
Okay.
So what they do is they tack on something to that. It's only been done, you know, they do it only when it's something that they said is too important.
It's too important not to.
But these are things that generally, generally the reconciliation things are only done sparingly. But Barack Obama intends to use the reconciliation process to push everything through because he cannot get enough votes to stop a filibuster in the Senate. He cannot because the Democrats won't. He's lost the 3 Republicans he had, and he's lost 6 to 10 Democrats. But on a reconciliation bill, you know, they just simply, this is reconciliation bill number FOREX. You know, ayes
for it. This sounds like foreign exchange.
But ayes for it, nays against. Ayes carry.